9 things you should remove from your bedroom. They attract poverty and ruin. Buddhist Teachings. What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create. Buddha. Have you ever wondered if your bedroom is unknowingly inviting misfortune into your life? Yes, the very space where you sleep could be blocking prosperity and attracting financial struggle without you even realizing it. In today's video, we're going to uncover 9 hidden things you need to remove from your bedroom immediately, things that could be inviting poverty and ruin, according to ancient Buddhist teachings. Your bedroom isn't just a place to rest, it's a sacred space where energy flows, and keeping it clear and balanced is key to welcoming abundance and good fortune into your life. Imagine waking up every morning to a room that radiates positivity, where success, health, and happiness seem to effortlessly find their way to you. We'll show you how a few simple changes can turn your bedroom into a powerful magnet for wealth and well-being. You might be surprised by how these overlooked items are disrupting the peace and prosperity you deserve. Don't worry, we're here to guide you step by step. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to remove so that the positive energy flows freely, transforming your bedroom into a sanctuary of success. Before we dive in, remember to like this video and subscribe to The Journey of Wisdom. Comment below with a powerful affirmation. I welcome abundance into my life, or my bedroom is a space of prosperity and peace. Let's begin this journey together and create the perfect environment for your growth and success. Number 1. How the energy of your space affects your life. The bedroom, a deeply personal space, serves as a reflection of our inner world and is a sanctuary where we spend significant portions of our lives. It's where we seek solace, recharge, and experience much-needed rest. What many fail to recognize, however, is that this intimate environment is more than just a place to sleep. It has the potential to affect not only our emotions and mental well-being, but also our financial and spiritual lives. In Buddhist teachings, our external environment is often seen as a mirror of our internal state. As the Buddha said, your mind is a powerful thing. When you fill it with positive thoughts, your life will start to change. Just as the mind can be cluttered with negative thoughts that attract suffering, the space we inhabit can become a magnet for negative energy if left in disorder or stagnation. Energy in the home, and particularly in the bedroom, flows continuously and can either support or hinder the life we seek to create. You may have experienced how entering some spaces immediately makes you feel peaceful, while others seem to drag you down with discomfort, even though you might not understand why. This phenomenon is tied to the energy and vibrations of the objects and environment around us. According to Buddhist wisdom, everything carries a certain energy, or qi, and when energy becomes stagnant, it has real consequences on our mental state, well-being, and financial success. Just like stagnant water becomes murky, stagnant energy in our personal spaces can block the natural flow of abundance and prosperity, resulting in feelings of unease, stress, and even financial difficulties. Consider, for example, the objects you surround yourself with in your bedroom. Do you hold on to items that no longer serve you, whether out of nostalgia or a sense of duty? These things may seem harmless at first glance, but their accumulated energy can create invisible blockages in your life, preventing you from moving forward and attracting wealth, peace, or success. As Lao Tzu wisely stated, to attain knowledge, add things every day. To attain wisdom, remove things every day. By eliminating clutter and unnecessary items, You clear the path for fresh, positive energy to enter and circulate in your space, thereby influencing not only your emotional balance, but also your capacity to attract prosperity. In various spiritual traditions, certain objects in the bedroom are believed to be magnets for negative energy, such as broken items, mirrors facing the bed, or technology that disturbs sleep. These objects not only disrupt the peaceful energy that should flow through your room, but also contribute to an accumulation of negative vibrations that manifest in the form of financial setbacks, relationship issues, and even poor health. If we don't regularly cleanse and organize our space, these items weigh us down and subtly but surely affect our life's trajectory, much like carrying a heavy load uphill. The connection between your environment and your personal life is undeniable. In the same way that inner peace leads to external harmony, a bedroom that fosters calm and order allows prosperity to flow freely. As the Dalai Lama beautifully put it, just as a lamp cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life. This sentiment reminds us that caring for our spiritual life includes being mindful of the spaces we inhabit. Our surroundings play a crucial role in either uplifting or depleting us. For men aged 30 to 65, many of whom are in a phase of life where financial stability and personal peace are priorities, transforming the bedroom into a space of positive energy is a powerful and practical step toward success and well-being. By mindfully curating the objects in your bedroom and maintaining a space that promotes serenity and abundance, you're not only enhancing the energy around you, but also creating fertile ground for prosperity to take root. The idea isn't about being superstitious or rigid. Rather, it's about understanding the deep connection between your environment and your mindset. When you consciously make your bedroom a sanctuary, you honor both your internal and external worlds. With this in mind, take a moment to reflect on your bedroom. Is it supporting the life you want to build? If not, perhaps it's time to release the old and invite the new, clearing the way for the abundance that is waiting to flow into your life. Number 2. 9 things you should remove from your bedroom. 1. Old papers and documents. One of the most overlooked barriers to prosperity is the accumulation of old papers and documents in your bedroom. Often, we don't realize how the clutter we store, old bills, forgotten receipts, and disorganized paperwork affects not just the physical space, but also the flow of energy in our lives. In Buddhism, clutter is often seen as a form of attachment, and attachment to the past, especially in the form of unnecessary paperwork, can prevent new and prosperous opportunities from entering your life. These old documents carry the energy of the past, creating stagnation. As the famous Buddhist saying goes, "Let go or be dragged," which applies perfectly to the chaos caused by holding on to irrelevant paperwork. The clutter doesn't just block your space, it blocks your mind, making it difficult to focus on what's truly important. Every time you walk into a room filled with papers, your subconscious is reminded of unfinished tasks, unpaid bills, or forgotten obligations, creating an undercurrent of stress and confusion. When your environment is disorganized, it reflects directly on your internal state. This cluttered energy causes a sense of overwhelm, making it difficult to think clearly and, in turn, hindering your ability to recognize new opportunities or make sound financial decisions. In modern life, we often find ourselves caught up in the hustle, and we carry that same frantic energy into our most personal spaces, such as our bedrooms. A bedroom should be a sanctuary, a place of rest and renewal. Yet, when it's filled with unnecessary items, it becomes a space of anxiety and missed chances. The more clutter you allow, the more difficult it becomes to let go of the past, And as long as you're holding on to the past, you can't fully embrace the present or prepare for the future. Organizing your papers isn't merely a task of tidying up. It's an act of clearing the way for new growth and financial clarity. The energy once stuck in the stagnant presence of old papers will begin to flow freely, opening up space for abundance and new opportunities. Don't underestimate the power of a clear, organized space. It's a reflection of a clear, organized mind. In our fast-paced modern lives, it's easy to let things pile up. But by intentionally choosing to remove what no longer serves you, you're making space for what truly matters. Every item you discard represents a layer of mental fog you're lifting, creating a clearer path towards success and abundance. And remember, in the words of Buddha, the trouble is, you think you have time. Don't wait until tomorrow to remove the clutter that's holding you back today. Start now and watch how, as you release what no longer has purpose, prosperity flows naturally into your life. The act of organizing your space is not just about cleaning. It's about aligning your energy with the flow of life and embracing the opportunities that come with a clear, focused mind. 2. Broken or old furniture. Have you ever stopped to think about the impact your surroundings have on your well-being, especially the space where you rest? Your bedroom is supposed to be a sanctuary, a place of peace, renewal, and rest. Yet, many people unknowingly hold on to things that disrupt this harmony and even attract negative energy into their lives. One of the key things that can block the flow of prosperity and abundance is keeping broken or old furniture in your bedroom. It might not seem like a big deal at first glance, but damaged furniture carries an energy of stagnation, decay, and neglect. In Buddhist teachings, we learn that everything around us has energy, and the objects in your space reflect and influence the energy in your life. As the Buddha said, your work is to discover your world, and then with all your heart, give yourself to it. How can you give yourself fully to a life of prosperity if your environment is holding you back with old, worn-out items? Think about that piece of furniture in your bedroom that's been broken or worn for a while now. Maybe it's a dresser with a broken drawer, or a chair that's too wobbly to sit on. Every time you walk past it or use it, even unconsciously, it reinforces a subtle message of lack, of settling for less than you deserve. Just as our physical space can reflect our inner world, broken furniture reflects a mindset of accepting decline and decay. It's a visual and energetic reminder that you are tolerating things as they are, rather than embracing growth, renewal, and abundance. In the same way that we wouldn't want to carry negative thoughts or grudges with us because they weigh us down, the presence of damaged furniture in your personal space does the same. It becomes a silent affirmation of limitation, a barrier that prevents new and vibrant energy from flowing into your life. Ask yourself, is there anything in your bedroom that you've been meaning to replace or fix, but just haven't gotten around to? Why has that task been left undone? Often it's not just about the object itself, it's about the mindset behind it. When you delay making these changes, you're not just keeping a piece of furniture, you're holding on to an attitude that welcomes stagnation rather than progress. The energy of your bedroom matters. This is where you sleep, where you dream, where you restore your body and mind. Shouldn't this space reflect your highest potential for growth and prosperity? The Buddha taught that everything is interconnected, and the way we care for our surroundings is deeply linked to the care we give ourselves. By replacing or repairing that old furniture, you are doing more than simply improving the aesthetic of your bedroom. You are making a powerful statement to yourself and the universe. I am worthy of renewal. I embrace abundance. Small actions, like fixing a broken chair or getting rid of a worn-out piece of furniture, can trigger significant transformations in your mindset, your energy, and even your financial and emotional life. When you declutter and repair your living space, you are removing the energetic blockages that hold you back from welcoming prosperity into your life. So, what can you do today to start transforming your space? Are you ready to let go of the things that no longer serve you, both physically and emotionally? Consider taking that first step and see how the small act of renewing your bedroom environment can lead to a greater sense of abundance, peace, and fulfillment in your life. When you take care of your space, you take care of yourself, and in doing so, you open the door to greater prosperity and well-being. 3. Objects tied to negative memories. Another crucial step in fostering a bedroom that nurtures peace and abundance is removing objects tied to negative memories. We often hold on to items from past relationships or difficult times, mistakenly thinking they are merely sentimental keepsakes, when in reality they carry emotional weight. These items are not just physical objects. They hold energetic imprints of the experiences connected to them. Every time you see them, even if subconsciously, they can stir up feelings of sadness, anger, or regret, keeping you energetically stuck in the past. A Buddhist teaching reminds us, holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. In the same way, holding on to objects tied to painful memories keeps us emotionally and spiritually burnt, obstructing the flow of new, positive energy into our lives. It's important to take a moment of honest reflection. Are there items in your bedroom that, when you encounter them, still evoke feelings of loss, betrayal, or sorrow? Perhaps it's an old photograph of an ex-partner that reminds you of a relationship that ended badly, or maybe it's a gift from someone who is no longer in your life, or even a piece of furniture associated with a difficult period of struggle. While you may feel inclined to keep them for sentimental reasons, these objects serve as energetic anchors, tethering you to moments of emotional pain. In clinging to these items, you may unknowingly block the fresh and vibrant energies that want to flow into your space, preventing you from fully embracing the present and opening yourself to new opportunities for growth, prosperity, and peace. By removing these objects with intention, you're not erasing your past or dismissing the lessons it taught you. Instead, you are choosing to release the emotional weight attached to those memories. This is an act of self-compassion, acknowledging that while the past played a role in shaping who you are, it no longer needs to have a hold over your future. As you let go, do so with gratitude for the lessons you've learned, for even the most painful experiences have contributed to your growth. In Buddhism, this act of release is akin to practicing non-attachment, one of the core principles of the Buddha's teachings. When you clear your bedroom of these emotional triggers, you are creating space not only in your physical environment, but also in your mind and heart. You invite new energy, new possibilities, and a sense of freedom that wasn't there before. Think of this as a powerful symbolic gesture, a declaration to the universe that you are ready to embrace new opportunities, new relationships, and new experiences. Your bedroom, which is supposed to be a sanctuary of rest, relaxation, and intimacy, will become a true refuge, a place where peace reigns and the possibilities for happiness and prosperity are endless. In our modern lives, where stress and distractions are constant, it's easy to overlook the impact of our immediate surroundings on our emotional well-being. However, creating a harmonious environment is essential for fostering inner calm and focus. Clearing your space of objects that carry negative energy is an act of mindfulness, one that not only affects your external environment, but also transforms your inner landscape. You deserve to live in a space that supports your well-being, not one that keeps you chained to old pain. As you release these objects, you set yourself free from the past, making room for the abundance and joy that are waiting to flow into your life. If you've watched up to this point, you're already taking a powerful step towards removing the negative energy that may be holding you back. Comment below with clear energy to affirm your commitment to creating a space that invites abundance and peace. Don't leave just yet. There's still so much wisdom to uncover in this video. Stay until the end to learn how transforming your bedroom can lead to a life of prosperity and harmony. 4. Unused clothes and shoes. Unused clothes and shoes in your bedroom are more than just clutter. They are obstacles to the flow of prosperity in your life. Holding on to clothes and shoes that you haven't worn in months or even years sends a powerful signal to the universe that you are stuck in the past. These items occupy physical space, but they also carry stagnant energy that can block new opportunities from entering your life. It's like keeping a door locked to the abundance waiting on the other side. When you cling to outdated belongings, you're also clinging to an old version of yourself, someone who is not aligned with the financial and personal growth you desire today. As the Buddha wisely said, the root of suffering is attachment. This attachment to your past self and past items keeps you from embracing the new and abundant future that is trying to come your way. Take a moment and think about it. How often have you opened your closet and found items you had completely forgotten about? Each piece of clothing or pair of shoes you hold onto that no longer serves a purpose is like a weight pulling you back into a scarcity mindset. By keeping these things, you are subconsciously telling yourself and the universe that you don't believe new opportunities are possible or that you don't deserve better. It creates a sense of limitation, as if the space in your life is already full, leaving no room for new growth. Just as water must flow freely to remain fresh, so must the energy in your life. Cleaning out your wardrobe is not just about getting rid of physical clutter. It's an act of renewal, a symbolic gesture that you are ready to make room for something new. The mental clarity and sense of relief you gain from letting go of these unused items reflect the emotional and energetic space you are creating for abundance. As the ancient Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu said, "When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be." In this case, letting go of old clothes and shoes opens you up to what you might become, someone who is financially free and prosperous. Consider this. When you remove items that no longer align with who you are or where you're going, you're not just clearing physical space. You're creating an energetic shift in your life, inviting new opportunities for wealth, success, and personal growth. This act of clearing out your closet symbolizes your willingness to receive what the universe has in store for you. Remember, abundance flows where space is made available, both physically and mentally. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to accumulate more than we need, and that excess weighs us down, both financially and emotionally. When you commit to only keeping what serves you, you simplify your life, reduce stress, and create a clearer path toward achieving your goals. This process of letting go also teaches you a deeper lesson about impermanence, a core principle in Buddhism. Nothing stays the same forever. Clothes, circumstances, and even your own identity evolve. Accepting this truth allows you to move more freely toward the future, unburdened by the past. So don't underestimate the power of a thorough wardrobe clean-out. You're not just tidying up, you're transforming your life. Every time you let go of an item that no longer serves you, you're actively choosing a future filled with more space for wealth, new experiences, and personal growth. As the Buddha also taught, Change is never painful, only resistance to change is painful. Free yourself from the weight of unnecessary belongings and open the door to the prosperity and success that awaits you. This simple act could be the key to unlocking the abundance you've been seeking all along. 5. Broken or unused electronics. One important thing to remove from your bedroom if you want to invite prosperity and well-being into your life is broken or unused electronics. Many of us tend to let these items pile up. Maybe it's an old phone you've been meaning to fix or a tablet you never use anymore. What you may not realize is that these objects are not just clutter. They hold on to stagnant and negative energy. Electronics, especially when broken, disrupt the natural flow of energy, and your bedroom is meant to be a sacred space for rest, renewal, and peace. By allowing damaged or unused electronics to linger, you're unknowingly keeping that stagnant energy around, which can block prosperity from flowing into your life. Consider this. How many electronics do you have stuffed in your bedside drawers or scattered on your nightstand? Each item holds the energy of unfinished business, and it subtly communicates a lack of closure in your life. Think of those old devices as reminders of unresolved issues, things you've set aside but never truly let go of. This sense of incompletion can creep into other areas of your life, especially your finances. When energy is stuck, it affects how things flow, whether that's money, opportunities, or even emotional well-being. There's a well-known Buddhist story about a wise monk and his student that fits perfectly here. The monk told his student to carry a heavy sack of stones with him everywhere he went. At first, the student didn't mind. The weight wasn't unbearable, but as days passed, the burden became heavier, wearing him down. The monk finally asked, "Why are you still carrying that sack?" The student, realizing the unnecessary strain, immediately dropped it. The monk said, "That's what happens when we hold on to things that no longer serve us. We carry burdens without even realizing how much they weigh us down." Broken or unused electronics are like that sack of stones. Until we release them, we cannot truly feel the lightness of freedom. When you clear these unnecessary objects from your bedroom, you're not just decluttering your space, you're symbolically opening up to new possibilities. You're making room for positive energy to flow in, for new ideas, financial growth, and emotional clarity. It's like opening a window after a long winter. Fresh air comes in, and suddenly the room feels alive again. This simple act of removing these items can make a profound difference in how you feel and how your life begins to shift. The bedroom should be a sanctuary, a place where your spirit can rest and recharge. By keeping it free from unnecessary objects, you allow it to serve its true purpose, a space for peace and renewal. Now, think for a moment. What would happen if you allowed this energy to flow freely in your life? How much lighter would you feel if your bedroom truly became a place of calm and renewal? It's not just about cleaning up physical clutter, it's about removing the emotional and energetic clutter that's been blocking your path to prosperity. The lesson here is simple. Let go of the things that no longer serve you. When you release the old, you make room for the new. The energy in your life, much like the energy in your bedroom, needs space to move. Once you free it from these invisible blocks, you'll find that opportunities, both financial and personal, begin to appear with greater ease. So, take a moment, look around your room, and ask yourself, what are you still carrying that no longer serves your well-being or prosperity? The answer might surprise you, but the relief you'll feel from letting go will be undeniable. 6. Dead or artificial plants. Dead or artificial plants may seem harmless decorations in your bedroom, but they symbolize much deeper concepts that can affect your energy and well-being. Plants naturally represent life, growth, and vitality, qualities that we all strive to nurture in our personal and financial lives. However, dead plants bring the exact opposite energy. They reflect stagnation, decay, and missed opportunities. Just as you wouldn't want to carry around the weight of old, unfulfilled dreams, having dead plants in your bedroom subtly affects your mental state. The sight of wilted leaves or a forgotten dry plant in a corner might not immediately seem significant, but it impacts you on a subconscious level. It's a quiet reminder of things in your life that have not flourished, projects you may have abandoned, or opportunities you let pass. This subliminal negativity can echo into other parts of your life, especially your sense of abundance and prosperity. Artificial plants, while not as visibly decaying, can still bring a kind of false energy into your space. They represent an illusion of life, a mere imitation without the authentic vitality that real plants offer. Just like in life, where real effort and real growth bring genuine rewards, artificial plants symbolize a facade, a sense of false progress that doesn't carry the same meaningful energy. In the teachings of the Buddha, we are reminded that everything is interconnected, and our external environment affects our internal state. If the space around you holds dead or fake energy, it can mirror the stagnation or illusion you feel in your own life. It becomes a subtle obstacle to prosperity and happiness. Imagine a clear, peaceful space where each item you place has meaning, purpose, and vibrancy. Such a space invites growth and opens the doors to opportunity. Therefore, by simply removing dead or artificial plants from your bedroom, you're making a profound shift in your living environment, one that can invite real growth into your life, both in terms of personal development and financial prosperity. A clean, uncluttered, and intentional space is much like the Buddhist concept of mindfulness, where you're aware of what you invite into your mind and your surroundings, allowing only what serves your highest good. If you don't have the time or the knowledge to care for living plants, it's better to leave the space empty, as even emptiness holds more potential for growth than something that is a false representation of life. By removing what no longer serves you, whether it's a dead plant, an outdated mindset, or an unfulfilling habit, you create space for new, vibrant opportunities to enter. Lao Tzu once said, "Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished." This is a perfect reminder that true growth doesn't happen in a rush or through shortcuts. It comes from nurturing real life, not holding on to what is no longer useful or pretending that something artificial can take its place. When you choose to remove what is dead or fake, you align yourself with the natural flow of life and open the path for genuine abundance to come to you. So, take a good look around your space. Be mindful of what you're holding on to and consider whether it brings you life or weighs you down with the energy of stagnation. Your bedroom is a place of rest and renewal, and it should invite positive, flowing energy that supports your journey towards abundance and peace. Replacing dead or artificial plants with living, thriving ones, or leaving space empty, reflects the wisdom of letting go, and in doing so, you invite true growth into your life. This small change in your environment can ripple outward into many areas of your life, helping you to attract the prosperity and well-being you seek. By staying with us, you're already embracing the path to a more peaceful, prosperous life. Type "clearing the path" in the comments to declare your intention to remove the negativity and invite abundance. Keep watching. There are still valuable teachings ahead that will guide you toward a life of harmony and wealth. 7. Stopped or malfunctioning clocks. Have you ever thought about what the objects in your bedroom say about your life and the energy that surrounds you? A broken or malfunctioning clock may seem like a small thing, but in Buddhist teachings and many spiritual traditions, it carries a much deeper meaning. When you leave a stopped clock in your room, it's not just a matter of poor decoration, it's a symbol of stagnation. Time is one of our most valuable resources, and a clock that has stopped reminds you, on a subconscious level, that time is slipping away without you being able to move forward. It's like sending a constant message to yourself that you're stuck, missing opportunities, or that life's success is just beyond your grasp. Imagine waking up each morning to that subtle reminder. You're not progressing, you're late to life's opportunities, and there's a sense of time working against you. A broken clock signals to your mind that you're disconnected from the natural flow of time and life. The Dalai Lama also once said, "There are only 2 days in the year that nothing can be done. One is called yesterday and the other is called tomorrow. So today is the right day to love, believe, do, and mostly live." When you allow timepieces in your room to be broken or slow, you might feel like you're waiting for something to happen rather than actively participating in the flow of your life. Can you relate to moments where you felt like success was always slipping through your fingers, or where you were late to seize an opportunity? It's not a coincidence that these emotions mirror the energy of a stopped clock. A malfunctioning or fast clock can be just as harmful because it creates an imbalance. When a clock runs too fast, you may feel rushed or pressured, like you're constantly behind, trying to catch up with something. On the other hand, a clock that runs too slow may give you a false sense of security, encouraging procrastination or the belief that you have all the time in the world, when in reality, time is moving on without you. The truth is, a clock that isn't aligned with the actual passage of time creates a disconnection between you and the natural rhythm of life. So, what's the solution? It's simple. Either remove the clock or fix it immediately. If you love having a clock in your bedroom, that's fine, but make sure it's working properly. A functioning clock represents positive movement and a reminder that each moment holds potential for growth and prosperity. In Buddhist practice, mindfulness is key, and being aware of time allows us to live fully in the present moment. When your environment is in sync with the correct flow of time, your mind, body, and spirit follow. You're more aligned with life's opportunities and abundance because you're in tune with the natural rhythm of existence. Isn't it time to align your space with the energy you want to invite into your life? By making this small change, you are doing more than just fixing a clock. You're shifting the energy of your space and, in turn, your life. The Buddha taught that everything is interconnected, and the energy in your room directly impacts the energy in your mind and heart. Fixing that broken clock may seem like a small act, but it could be the first step in a larger transformation. What small changes can you make today to bring more alignment, prosperity, and peace into your life? 8. Items related to addictions or bad habits. One of the most important steps to creating a prosperous and balanced life is to clear your environment of anything that holds you back, including objects tied to bad habits or addictions. Your bedroom, the space where you rest and recharge, should be free of items that encourage unhealthy behaviors. Whether it's empty cigarette packs, alcohol bottles, or fast food containers, these objects carry a negative energy that can subtly undermine your efforts toward a healthier, wealthier life. They act as silent reminders of habits you are trying to overcome, keeping you stuck in a cycle of self-sabotage. What you allow to remain in your surroundings deeply affects your mindset and energy. Every time you see these objects, even without consciously realizing it, they reinforce old patterns of behavior that no longer serve your growth, much like anchors that weigh you down on your journey towards self-improvement. These items may seem small or insignificant, but their presence can prevent you from moving forward both personally and financially. Removing these physical reminders is a simple yet profound act of self-respect and a declaration of your intention to let go of destructive habits. It's an essential step toward creating a space that promotes well-being and prosperity. By cleaning out these symbols of your past, you are symbolically and physically making room for new opportunities, growth, and success to enter your life. When you clear your bedroom of clutter linked to bad habits, you are not only cleaning your physical space, but also cleansing your mental and emotional environment. This process opens up space for positive energy and new possibilities. Instead of holding on to things that remind you of what you're trying to move away from, replace them with items that inspire and support your wellness goals. Perhaps place a book that motivates you on your nightstand, or add a plant that brings a touch of life and freshness to your room. A water bottle could serve as a reminder to stay hydrated, encouraging a healthier lifestyle. These small changes in your physical environment can have a profound impact on your state of mind, helping you stay aligned with your goals. As the Zen proverb says, "Let go or be dragged." Holding on to objects tied to old habits will only weigh you down, but when you choose to release them, you create space for abundance and peace to enter. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to overlook the impact that our surroundings have on our mental and emotional well-being. But if we can bring mindfulness to what we keep in our personal space, we can shift the energy around us. Just as you wouldn't invite a toxic person into your home, don't allow objects that symbolize harmful habits to linger in your most personal space. This simple act of decluttering can set the stage for profound transformation, inviting health, wealth, and balance into your life. You have the power to shape your reality, and it starts with shaping your environment. The Buddha taught that our life is shaped by our mind. We become what we think. By consciously removing these reminders of the past, you are taking control of both your environment and your future, paving the way for prosperity and peace. 9. Mirrors. Let's take a moment to talk about mirrors, something you likely have in your bedroom but may not realize how much of an impact they can have on your energy and well-being. In Buddhist teachings and many other traditions, mirrors hold a significant role in the flow of energy. When placed incorrectly, or worse, when broken, they can actually attract poverty and misfortune into your life. You see, a broken mirror doesn't just bring bad luck, as superstition suggests. It also reflects fragmented energy back into your space, and fragmented energy can manifest in your life as financial troubles, disrupted sleep, and a general feeling of imbalance. Now think about the mirrors in your bedroom. Are they cracked? Are they placed in a way that reflects your bed, or perhaps the door? A mirror that reflects your bed can disturb your sleep, draining the vital energy that you need to stay healthy and focused. And if a mirror is facing your door, it's believed that opportunities, including financial ones, may bounce right out of your room, never giving prosperity a chance to settle in. So, what can you do about this? The first thing is to remove any broken mirrors immediately. They are scattering energy in ways that can only harm your emotional and financial well-being. After that, reconsider the placement of the other mirrors in your room. You don't have to get rid of them all, but you do need to be mindful of where they are. A well-placed mirror, one that doesn't reflect your bed or door, can actually amplify positive energy and even create the illusion of a more open, prosperous space. In the words of Buddha, our life is shaped by our mind, for we become what we think. The same applies to the energy of your environment. By making a simple shift like moving or removing a mirror, you are, in effect, reshaping the flow of energy in your life. Ask yourself, do the mirrors in my bedroom invite prosperity or repel it? It's a small adjustment, but one that can lead to big changes. Reflect on how your environment might be subtly influencing your path to abundance, and see how rearranging a few mirrors could shift things in a more positive direction. You might be surprised at how much lighter and more welcoming your space feels once you've adjusted this simple yet powerful element. By making these changes, you're not just removing an object, you're removing obstacles from your path, creating room for new opportunities and wealth to flow in. What's one small change you can make today that will invite more abundance into your life? Thank you for joining us in today's video on the 9 things you should remove from your bedroom to avoid attracting poverty and misfortune according to Buddhist teachings. I'm so grateful to have you as part of our community. Your presence means a lot to us, and we'd love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to share your own experiences, or simply say, "I'm new here," if you've just joined us, or "I seek wisdom," if you've been with us for a while. Your engagement not only deepens our connection, but inspires us to keep sharing these teachings. Let's continue this journey toward a more peaceful, prosperous life together. Rituals to clear negative energy from your bedroom. Your bedroom should be a sanctuary, a space where you can relax, rejuvenate, and reset. However, negative energy, whether from stress, unresolved emotions, or outside influences, can disturb this peace. By incorporating simple, mindful rituals into your routine, you can cleanse and revitalize the energy in your room, creating an environment of calm and positivity. From smudging with sage or Palo Santo to using salt or crystals, these ancient practices are powerful tools to help you reclaim your space and invite in peace, balance, and well-being. 1. Smudging with sage or Palo Santo. One powerful and ancient practice to clear negative energy from your bedroom is smudging with sage or Palo Santo. This simple ritual, rooted in many indigenous cultures, has become a popular way to cleanse spaces of stagnant or unwanted energies, much like we clean our physical environment. To perform this ritual, you'll need either sage or Palo Santo and a lighter or match. Begin by opening a window to allow the negative energy a way to exit. This small gesture symbolizes the release of burdens or disturbances from your space. Then, light the sage or Palo Santo, letting the flame catch briefly before gently blowing it out. The resulting smoke carries your intentions and acts as a purifier, cleansing the energy around you. Slowly and mindfully, walk around your bedroom, making sure the smoke reaches all corners, closets, and even under the bed, areas where energy may be stuck, much like how unresolved emotions can hide in the corners of our minds. While doing this, set a clear intention, perhaps recite a prayer or a meaningful mantra to transform the space. This is where your personal connection to the ritual deepens. Your words and thoughts play a vital role in shifting the energy. When you're finished, place the sage or Palo Santo in a fireproof dish and let it burn out safely. This final step is like closing a chapter or resolving a lingering issue in life, knowing that the space has been purified and is now a sanctuary of calm. Much like in meditation, where we quiet our mind to reset, this act helps create an environment conducive to rest, peace, and rejuvenation. By bringing this mindful, unhurried practice into your bedroom, you align your space with the natural flow of energy, clearing what no longer serves you and inviting in fresh, positive vibrations. This ritual is a reminder that tending to the energy of our environment can have profound effects on our well-being, especially in modern life, where stress and distractions often build up unnoticed. By incorporating this practice into your routine, you create a more harmonious environment that supports not only restful sleep, but also emotional balance and clarity. 2. Salt Ritual. One simple yet powerful way to cleanse negative energy from your bedroom is by performing a salt ritual. Salt, particularly sea salt or Himalayan salt, has been used for centuries to purify and cleanse spaces from unwanted energy. If you're feeling that your bedroom holds on to heaviness or a sense of stagnation, this ritual could help you restore peace and calm. Begin by sprinkling the salt around the edges of your room, paying special attention to the corners, where energy often tends to get stuck. Let the salt rest for about 24 hours. During this time, imagine it soaking up any negative energy, absorbing what no longer serves you. Afterward, simply vacuum or sweep up the salt and be sure to dispose of it outside your home. You'll notice that even the act of cleaning away the salt feels like a release, allowing new, positive energy to flow into your space. For added protection, you can place a small bowl of salt under your bed or on a nightstand, creating a quiet, continuous barrier of cleansing energy. By removing negative energy, you create room for love and compassion to flow into your life, just as Buddha teaches. Have you ever noticed how your mood shifts when you walk into a cluttered or heavy space? Clearing that energy with a simple practice like this can make a huge difference. Why not give it a try and see if you notice a deeper sense of calm and clarity in your space? By being mindful of the energy in your environment, you're not only making your bedroom more peaceful, but you're also making space for greater clarity in your own mind and heart. Remember, the energy we surround ourselves with directly influences our thoughts and emotions. When we consciously clear negative energy, we invite a sense of peace, balance, and well-being into our lives, transforming our homes into sanctuaries of tranquility. 3. Crystals for energy cleansing. Crystals are often seen as powerful tools for energy cleansing, and incorporating them into your bedroom routine can be a deeply transformative practice. For men between the ages of 30 and 65, who are navigating life's many responsibilities and stresses, the environment in which you rest and recharge plays a pivotal role in your overall well-being. Think of your bedroom as a sanctuary, a place not only for sleep, but for resetting the mind, body, and spirit. The use of crystals such as clear quartz, amethyst, or black tourmaline can greatly aid in this process by helping to clear negative energy and create a balanced, peaceful space. These stones have been revered for centuries, believed to hold natural vibrations that interact with the human energy field, absorbing and neutralizing negativity. To start, gather crystals like clear quartz, amethyst, or black tourmaline. Each of these stones has specific qualities that make them perfect for cleansing energy. Clear quartz is known as the master healer and amplifies energy, promoting clarity and focus, an essential component for anyone dealing with the demands of modern life. Amethyst, with its soothing purple hues, is excellent for calming the mind, reducing stress, and enhancing sleep, crucial for anyone who needs to function at their best daily. Lastly, black tourmaline is a protective stone, absorbing negative energy and grounding the space around it. By placing these crystals strategically under your bed, on your nightstand, or near windows, you can create an invisible shield that continuously cleanses and revitalizes the energy in your room. It's much like tending a garden. The more care you put into maintaining a balanced energy, the more it will flourish and nurture you in return. An important aspect of using crystals is keeping them clean and energetically charged. Just as we need to recharge after a long day, crystals too require cleansing to maintain their efficacy. This can be done by placing them in direct sunlight or moonlight for several hours. The sunlight re-energizes the crystals with vibrant, active energy, while moonlight offers a more reflective, calming cleanse. In Buddhism, There's a teaching that says, like the moon, come out from behind the clouds, shine. By regularly cleansing your crystals, you allow them to continue shining and doing their job of absorbing negative energy in your bedroom, helping to foster an atmosphere of calm and renewal. In the fast-paced world we live in, filled with responsibilities and expectations, it's easy to overlook the importance of the spaces we inhabit, particularly where we sleep. However, creating a space that fosters relaxation and peace is essential to navigating the stresses of everyday life. The ritual of using crystals for energy cleansing can be a simple yet profound way to ensure that your bedroom remains a haven of tranquility. By actively caring for the energy in your space, you're also nurturing your mental and emotional health. Keeping your bedroom energetically clean is one way to gift yourself the health and contentment that comes from deep, restful sleep and a peaceful mind. By staying with us this far, you're well on your way to transforming your bedroom into a space of calm and positive energy. Comment "clear and calm" to confirm your intention to remove negativity and restore peace. Don't leave yet. There are more valuable rituals ahead that will guide you to create a serene, harmonious atmosphere in your home. Watch until the end to unlock the full potential of these practices. 5 Buddhist Teachings to Overcome Poverty. Cultivating spiritual and material abundance. In Buddhism, to avoid both spiritual and material poverty, it is often advised to cultivate virtues and right actions based on the teachings of the Buddha. Below are some Buddhist lessons that help people live in peace without worrying about poverty. 1. Doing good and accumulating merit. The Buddha's teachings emphasize that the seeds we plant today will shape the life we live tomorrow. If we wish to avoid poverty and enjoy a life of abundance, it begins with our daily actions, particularly those driven by kindness, generosity, and integrity. In practicing good deeds, helping others selflessly, and accumulating merit, we are not only ensuring a brighter future for ourselves, but also contributing to the well-being of society as a whole. The Buddha once said, "Happiness comes when your work and words are of benefit to yourself and others." This speaks to the deep interconnectedness of life. When we uplift others, we elevate ourselves. It is important to live with a compassionate heart, always being mindful of how our actions ripple through the lives of those around us. By doing good and being truthful, we create a foundation of trust and respect, both of which are invaluable resources that go beyond material wealth. In the fast-paced modern world, it's easy to get caught up in pursuing material success at the expense of moral values. However, the Buddha reminds us that true wealth lies in the merit we accumulate through our deeds, not just in our bank accounts. Giving to others, even when it seems like we don't have much to give, is an investment in our future prosperity. Whether it's lending a hand to a neighbor, donating to a cause we believe in, or offering our time and energy to those in need, these acts of generosity help break the cycle of selfishness and scarcity. The Dalai Lama beautifully echoes this when he says, "Generosity is the most natural outward expression of an inner attitude of compassion and loving kindness." Moreover, living truthfully, being honest in our dealings, and sincere in our intentions, builds a reputation that money cannot buy. In the long run, people trust and support those who have proven themselves to be reliable and ethical, and this trust can open doors to opportunities and connections that safeguard us from poverty. In the marketplace of life, where competition is fierce and challenges are many, being known as someone who acts with integrity is like having a currency that never loses its value. As men navigating the complexities of modern life, from supporting families to advancing careers, It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that success means accumulating material possessions. But Buddhist teachings remind us that wealth flows from a life lived in alignment with virtuous principles. The path to avoiding poverty is not about chasing money, but about cultivating a mindset of abundance through good deeds, honesty, and helping others rise. When we build up our merit, it becomes a safety net, one that protects us from the ups and downs of life, not just in terms of finances, but in the deeper, more meaningful ways that count. In closing, remember the wise words of the Buddha. Set your heart on doing good, do it over and over again, and you will be filled with joy. This joy is the kind that transcends worldly wealth. It is the inner richness that comes from knowing we have lived in a way that benefits both ourselves and those around us. This is the true antidote to poverty, an abundant spirit that no hardship can diminish. By living with compassion, truth, and generosity, we ensure that we will never have to worry about poverty, for we will always be rich in the ways that matter most. 2. Knowing contentment and living simply. If you wish to live a life free from the burden of poverty, one of the most profound teachings of the Buddha is learning the value of contentment. Many people spend their lives chasing after more money, more possessions, more status, believing that the accumulation of these things will bring happiness. But in reality, this endless pursuit often leads to dissatisfaction and restlessness. The Buddha taught that true wealth lies not in what you have, but in how content you are with what you have. Contentment means appreciating the present moment, being satisfied with life's simple blessings, and resisting the urge to constantly crave for more. By living simply and mindfully, you will find peace within yourself, free from the anxieties of constantly wanting. When you know contentment, you understand that material wealth may come and go, but your inner peace remains constant. Let me tell you a story from the time of the Buddha that beautifully illustrates this teaching. Once, there was a king who invited the Buddha and his monks to his palace for a grand meal. After they finished eating, the king, curious about the Buddha's lifestyle, asked, "Why do you live such a simple life? You own nothing, yet you seem happier than those with immense wealth." The Buddha smiled and shared a story about a poor man who spent his life collecting gold and valuables. One night, a thief broke into his house and stole all his treasures. The poor man was devastated and lost all his joy. The Buddha then asked, who was truly wealthy? The man who had riches and lost them, or the person who never needed them in the first place? The king, deep in thought, understood that true happiness does not come from material possessions, but from having a content heart. Now take a moment and ask yourself, how often do you find yourself longing for something you don't have? How much of your happiness is tied to what you own, rather than the peace that comes from within? When you practice contentment, you free yourself from the endless cycle of desire. You realize that joy is not something to be found outside, in things, but within, in simplicity and acceptance. The practice of contentment is not about depriving yourself of what you need, but about recognizing what is enough. When you embrace this mindset, you begin to see that you are already abundant, rich in life's most valuable treasures, love, peace, and wisdom. The lesson here is simple but profound. Knowing contentment is the key to true wealth. Instead of chasing after what you think will bring you happiness, look within and see what you already have. Ask yourself, what can I be thankful for today? In doing so, you will not only cultivate a sense of peace, but also eliminate the worry of poverty, because your contentment will be your greatest treasure. 3. Learning to let go. Let me share with you something that could transform the way you view wealth, poverty, and your sense of well-being. In Buddhist Dharma, we are taught that poverty isn't just about lacking material things. It goes deeper. The Buddha teaches us that real poverty is the poverty of the spirit, which comes from being trapped in destructive emotions like desire, anger, and ignorance. Think about it. How often do we chase after things, thinking they'll bring us happiness? We desire more money, more success, or more recognition, believing that these will fill a void inside of us. But have you ever noticed that the more we crave, the more unsatisfied we become? It's like trying to quench your thirst by drinking salty water. The more you drink, the thirstier you get. This endless craving, according to the Buddha, is what keeps us in a state of spiritual poverty. In his words, desire is the root of suffering. The Buddha teaches us that true wealth comes not from accumulating material possessions, but from learning to let go. When we let go of our attachments to these desires, we free ourselves from the chains that keep us in a constant state of dissatisfaction. It doesn't mean we should live without ambition or purpose. Instead, it's about not letting our desires control us. When we learn to release the grip that desire has on our hearts, we begin to experience true peace, regardless of our external circumstances. As the Buddha wisely said, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. Let's also consider anger for a moment. How often have you held on to anger, believing it would somehow bring justice or make you feel better? But does it really help? Or does it just burn you from the inside out? Anger, like desire, keeps us stuck in a cycle of misery. The more we hold on to it, the more we suffer. Buddha's teaching here is clear. Letting go of anger brings us closer to true happiness. He once said, "Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned." How often do we burn ourselves by holding on to something that only harms us? What if you could just let it go? And then there's ignorance, the inability to see things as they really are. Ignorance is not just a lack of knowledge, it's a blindness that keeps us from understanding the true nature of life. We often think that happiness lies outside of us, in things, people, or circumstances. But the Buddha reminds us that everything is impermanent. The things we cling to today may be gone tomorrow, and ignorance is believing that they are permanent and unchanging. Only by letting go of this ignorance can we truly understand that happiness doesn't come from external conditions, but from within ourselves. The only real failure in life is not to be true to the best one knows, the Buddha said, urging us to seek wisdom and clarity in our lives. So, how can we begin to let go? It starts with mindfulness, being aware of our thoughts, feelings, and actions. Are you holding on to something that no longer serves you? Are you clinging to desires that only bring you suffering? Are you allowing anger or ignorance to cloud your mind? Reflect on these questions, because the path to true freedom begins with awareness. When you learn to let go of desire, anger, and ignorance, you'll find that you never have to worry about poverty again, because your inner peace and happiness will no longer depend on the external world. Instead, it will come from within, where true wealth resides. Isn't that the kind of wealth worth seeking? After hearing about the Buddha's teachings on letting go of desire, anger, and ignorance, what is one thing in your life you feel ready to release to find true peace and freedom? Comment yes if you resonate with this idea, or leave 1 if you're ready to take that step. 4. Avoiding negative karma. To avoid poverty, both material and spiritual, one must be mindful of karma. In Buddhist teachings, karma is the result of our actions, and it influences every aspect of our lives. Negative karma, born from actions such as deceit, theft, greed, and anger leads to not only financial hardships, but also to a deep spiritual impoverishment. As the Buddha once said, hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule. This profound truth reminds us that the energy we put into the world returns to us, and if we engage in deceit or greed, we create a cycle of suffering for ourselves. When you lie or deceive, you lose trust and credibility, which are essential for long-term success in any endeavor. Even if it seems that dishonesty can lead to short-term gain, it inevitably creates a ripple effect that damages relationships and reputations, ultimately leading to failure and loss. Similarly, theft might bring immediate gratification, but it severs the connection with others, deprives someone of their rightful possessions, and poisons the heart with guilt and fear of being caught. Wealth built on theft is always precarious because deep down, the person knows that it was obtained unjustly. Greed, another form of negative karma, is particularly dangerous because it feeds a never-ending cycle of dissatisfaction. No matter how much you acquire, it is never enough, and this constant hunger for more leads to poor decisions and unwise risks. Instead of fostering gratitude for what you have, greed blinds you to the simple joys of life and erodes inner peace. Anger, on the other hand, not only clouds judgment, but also isolates you from others. As the Dalai Lama wisely observed, anger is the ultimate destroyer of your own peace of mind. A person driven by anger may lash out, harming others and destroying opportunities. This destructive emotion can burn bridges and lead to regret, leaving one alone and unsupported when challenges arise. To avoid these pitfalls and the poverty they bring, one must cultivate the opposite qualities: honesty, generosity, contentment, and patience. Honesty builds trust and strong, lasting relationships. Generosity opens doors, as people are naturally drawn to those who give selflessly. Contentment allows you to appreciate what you already have, fostering a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. Patience helps you navigate life's inevitable difficulties with grace, ensuring you do not act out of impulsive anger or frustration. In modern life, we often find ourselves caught in a cycle of wanting more money, more recognition, more success. But chasing these desires without mindfulness can lead us down a path of negative karma, where greed, anger, and dishonesty take root. It is crucial to recognize that wealth is not just about material abundance, but also about spiritual richness. By practicing right action, avoiding negative karma, and cultivating virtues, we not only safeguard ourselves from material poverty, but also nurture a deep sense of inner fulfillment that no financial wealth can replace. In doing so, you will never have to worry about poverty, because you will have built a life rooted in integrity, peace, and genuine connection to others. 5. Practicing generosity. In the teachings of Buddhist Dharma, the path to freedom from poverty is not simply a matter of material wealth. It is deeply connected to how we live our lives and how we choose to treat others. One of the most powerful practices that can ensure both spiritual and material abundance is the practice of generosity. It's easy to think of generosity in terms of giving money, but in Buddhism, generosity goes far beyond financial support. It involves offering wisdom, time, kindness, and even a heartfelt smile to those around you. The Buddha once said, "If beings knew, as I know, the result of giving and sharing, they would not eat without having given." This means that when we give, no matter how small the gift, we are sowing seeds of abundance that will return to us many times over. Imagine for a moment, what would your life look like if you embraced generosity as a daily practice? Not just when it's convenient, but as a natural way of living. What if, instead of worrying about what you don't have, you started focusing on what you can give? Giving opens the heart and connects you with others in a profound way. When we practice generosity, we are creating a flow of energy. It is like water. The more you give, the more it circulates, and soon it will return to you, often in ways you may not even expect. This doesn't mean that you should give with the expectation of receiving, but it does mean that the universe operates on a principle of balance, and when you send out goodness, goodness will find its way back to you. Think about it this way. Have you ever offered help to someone without expecting anything in return, and later, in your own time of need, someone unexpectedly showed up for you? This is the power of generosity in action. Generosity is not only about money, that's just one small part of it. Giving can be as simple as offering your time to someone who needs a listening ear, or sharing wisdom that could help another avoid a mistake you've learned from. It can be about sharing your talents with the world, whether through teaching, creating, or mentoring someone who is just starting out on their journey. The act of giving transforms the giver, expanding the heart and allowing compassion to grow. The Buddha taught that one of the best ways to achieve happiness and prevent future suffering is to live a life rooted in generosity. Happiness never decreases by being shared, he said, reminding us that in giving, we are not losing anything but rather gaining more than we could imagine. When you give, you're not only helping others, but you're also helping yourself by letting go of attachment to material things and practicing the art of detachment. This doesn't mean you should give away everything you have, but rather recognize that clinging to things out of fear of lack will only lead to suffering. When you hold on too tightly, you create resistance, and in that resistance, poverty of the heart and spirit can arise. Ask yourself, where in your life can you be more generous today? What opportunities for giving have you overlooked because you were too focused on your own needs? You might be surprised to find that when you start looking for ways to give, they are all around you. And as you practice generosity, you may also notice a shift in your own mindset, from one of scarcity to one of abundance. This shift is essential because it frees you from the fear of not having enough and allows you to see that in every moment, you already have more than enough to share. In Buddhism, generosity is also a way of breaking the cycle of greed and attachment, which is one of the root causes of suffering. When you give freely, you release yourself from the chains of desire that keep you bound to material concerns. This is why generosity is considered one of the most powerful antidotes to poverty, both in the material and spiritual sense. The Buddha's teaching on this is clear. By practicing generosity, we create the causes for future wealth and well-being. No one has ever become poor by giving. A quote often attributed to Anne Frank echoes the timeless wisdom found in Buddhist teachings. As you walk this path, remember that generosity is not just a one-time action, but a lifelong practice. Each act of giving, no matter how small, helps to build a world where kindness and compassion are abundant. And in this world, poverty, not just of wealth, but of the heart, cannot thrive. So, what can you give today that might change someone's life, and in doing so, change your own? Thank you for staying with us until the end of this video on 9 things you should remove from your bedroom to avoid poverty and ruin. Remember, your bedroom is a sacred space where energy flows, and by making a few mindful changes, you can invite prosperity, peace, and positive energy into your life. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with others, and don't forget to subscribe to The Journey of Wisdom. Make sure to turn on notifications so you won't miss our upcoming videos filled with valuable insights from Buddhist teachings. Let's continue this journey toward a more abundant, peaceful life together. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.